Welcome to the Identity Security Solutions Show, the one place you're going to learn about SailPoint's products and portfolio. First, let me welcome you to Navigate. And joining me today is Jonas Outlaw, Principal Product Manager at SailPoint. Jonas, welcome to the show.
Thanks, James. Great to be here.
Man, I'm so excited to have you here. Obviously, we're at Navigate, so we've got a lot of announcements going on, and I want to talk about something that's right in your wheelhouse, which is going to be privileged task automation. So let's get it going for the audience and have you bring some knowledge.
Sounds great.
All right. Jonas, can you explain to our audience what privileged tasks are, and why is this an important concept in identity security?
Yeah, privileged tasks are generally repeatable tasks, like a common task that someone's doing over and over again. And these are generally ripe for automation. And that's really how organizations can scale, even enable self-service for some of their users as well to increase their overall satisfaction.
Awesome. So it sounds, obviously it's a critical identity security area that we want people to focus on. Tell us about the challenges that customers have or maybe experiencing with around these repeatable privileged tasks.
Yeah, they may try to automate them in other ways. Maybe they're having to hard code credentials in these scripts or automations. They may have limited governance around who could actually execute these tasks and complete them. And generally, they don't have a good central way to do this. And that's where we really heard from the market is people wanted a central location to do this and within their broader kind of overall identity security program.
Awesome. So then let's kind of get into privileged task automation. So how does it address those challenges? Can you kind of walk through a use case?
Yeah, definitely. Kind of the first component is if you think about the authoring, where someone can actually author these tasks, and maybe they're using other tools today or other scripts, and they can be spread all over the organization. So they would rather that be in a centralized location. Also, what you get with that is versioning, so you know that someone's running the latest and greatest. The other aspect of this is we're able to integrate with their existing credential vaults. So these tasks need to be able to execute. Usually they need higher level privileges. Well, we're able to pull those secrets or credentials that we need when these tasks are executed. The other big aspect of this is the delegation model. So, in layman's terms, how do we actually let someone run these tasks? The interesting thing about that is we're actually using entitlements within Identity Security Cloud that act like any other entitlement. So you can make these as part of a role, you can make them requestable, and that's how we assign those tasks to users who are entitled to use them. The last part of this is, okay, well, since they're entitlements, well, now we can govern them. We can run certification campaigns against them. So, someone no longer needs to run this and their manager, doesn't want or revokes that access, then they no longer have access to run it. And that could be very difficult to do with just scripts that are kind of, on people's workstations or laptops or whatever.
Yeah. So you mentioned, which is great, it's part of SailPoint Identity Security Cloud, which we all love. It's near and dear to my heart. So can you tell us how customers should expect it to look in Identity Security Cloud?
Yeah, we're it's in the Atlas platform, so we're utilizing our existing workflows and forms engine. So you'll create these within the workflows interface, so a very familiar interface, uses kind of the common patterns that we have established there. For an end user, where they actually see it as something we're calling the launch pad, and that's where they can see, hey, I've been assigned these things, this is where I can actually execute it. So the really exciting thing for me is we have a new type of user coming into SailPoint on a regular basis now where they can execute these tasks.
That's awesome. So Jonas, exciting stuff is awesome. It's in the Identity Security Cloud solution, which is really, really exciting, not just for us, for our customers. How do you see the future in this area of privilege, and kind of what else should we expect in 2025 and beyond?
Yeah, where I see this going is really what privileged task automation can connect to. So we're starting out with Active Directory and Windows servers, but we have customers asking already, hey, I'd love for you to be able to connect to Entra ID, and I'd love for you to be able to connect to my Linux servers where you could restart a service or something like that. So I see that growth in privileged task automation on its own. That's how the roadmap will continue on. But one thing we recognize is not all tasks are common and repeatable. There's
Right.
exceptional things that are going to happen in your
Exactly.
organization. So how can you provide them access in a secure way? If that's via, RDP, through remote desktop protocol, to a Windows server, or through SSH, to a Linux server, how can you facilitate those types of connections to where someone can handle that kind of exceptional task that they need to complete? So those are kind of the interesting things that I see coming down the pipe.
That's awesome, Jonas. Super excited you could join us. I've been looking forward to this. Obviously, we're at Navigate, so a lot of great announcements. Privileged task automation is one of the big ones. And I know you've been working really hard with the team to get it out, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we've been waiting for this day. I've been talking about it since around December last year, so we were glad for this day to come.
This is almost your second Navigator talk. Well, this is great. Jonas, thanks again for joining. I want to thank everybody for joining in today with us, listening to Jonas talk about privileged task automation. To learn more about privileged task automation, or to learn more about SailPoint Identity Security Cloud, or any other solutions we announced here at Navigate, join us at www.sailpoint.com, and thank you.